Go get Chuck.
All right. See ya.
See you.
JC's like, well, I'm screwed. And then his celebration was fantastic. Great stuff tonight.
Okay, so
Is that I think it's more out of necessity than out of trust at this point.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And remember, Rob, that JC's view of the game, his perception of the game is not reality. JC thinks that he's been controlling Tyler most of this time, that he's another big dumb puppet of his, and that they have been running the game in the middle against, playing both sides against the other, while he was unaware that Tyler was tied to one of those sides and was effectively playing him. So his view of it is like, look, if I go to the final two with Tyler, at least I can say, hey, I was controlling him, I was managing him, I can at least make him do what I want. That's how he views Tyler in many ways. So I feel like he does think that Tyler is his necessity at this point, but I agree that he's lost trust in him.
Okay, Brent, level 6 with me here for a minute, okay?
All right.
Are we rooting for a JC win?
No, I'm really not. I had to check myself earlier today.
What do you mean? It's just been too much with Tangela.
Yep, I'm with you, Rob. I feel like their boringness multiplies when they're together.
And the other option is Angela, the easy goat to win. It should be an obvious decision for Casey. He needs to hammer this home to make sure she does not kick him out here.
I mean, Tara, in all seriousness, okay, so if he votes out Casey at 4 and he gets to the final 2 with Angela, how many votes does Angela have on the jury?
It might be 0. The audience is currently predicting 0 votes for Angela. They think in the roundtable forms that we put out, they see Angela as dead last for every single juror, that she would not get a single vote sitting next to anybody in the final 2.
What about angry Casey?
I think there's a chance that she could get Casey's vote. I think there's a chance that she could get, maybe somebody's mad enough.
Casey will be really mad because once you tell Casey, let's go somewhere, and then you don't go, there's no coming back from that one. You can't let's go Casey.
I could see JC voting for Angela if he was mad enough at Tyler. I could see Casey voting for Angela if she's mad enough at Tyler, and I could see Bailey voting for Angela if Tyler doesn't apologize.
Grasping to get to 3 votes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
However, I will say that Angela is no dummy. I've been hearing from the Spoiler Online Vegas that Angela is aware that her goodbye messages and her general demeanor with the jury might be a problem. However,
Oh, really? Oh, well, we didn't need Vegas the spoiler to tell us that, Doctor.
Well, but here's the thing. Vegas the spoiler is saying that Angela thinks it's a good thing for her.
Well,
because
she was
being so honest in her goodbye message.
She did not say it was a good thing. She said it could be a good thing. She's trying to spin it where, look, hey, at least basically she's trying to be like a version of me where like I might say like really crappy things, but at least I'm blunt and honest. She's like, well, at least I was honest. And I didn't blow smoke up your butt. Unlike this loser over here, Tyler, who was telling you everything you want to hear and voting you out. At least you knew I was a snake. You didn't know he was a snake. That's what she said, according to Vegas.
Vegas says DR asked if she is worried about her goodbye messages. She said yes, but it showed that I played the game and didn't lie in the goodbye messages, and she thinks that will help sway the jury. So I think she sees it more as a positive than a negative. And then later Vegas says that she thinks her comp wins, her honest goodbye messages, and a big move could seal over.
If only Danielle Reyes would have thought of this. So yes, I hurt your feelings in the diary room, but at least I was honest. I said what I meant.
Well, at least she's got a plan. Hey, I'm glad she's got a plan. I'm glad she's like, okay, this is a problem. I can't just walk into the jury and let them walk all over me. I need to have a plan about how to fight back if I'm going to win this game. And you're right, we are struggling to get to at least 3 votes. I have problems getting her to 5. But given how many votes Tyler's burning, I feel like that she could win. And her best hope is, number 1, that she's able to hang her hat on that look. Like, hey, you knew I was a snake. You didn't know he was a snake. Number 2, hopefully the jury believes, and some of them do believe this right now, that she has been manipulating Tyler. That it's not the other way around, that she's actually the one pulling the strings and that he's been doing her bidding.
All right, now we're on to something here. Okay, so we've talked about this in the traditional way of Angela getting to the end. Almost no chance here. But Taryn, in the scenario where Angela gets to final 3 and she pulls the John Party on Tyler, she votes out Tyler at the final 3, could that somehow endear her to all those people that Tyler burned along the way? Is that the thing that unlocks the Angela winning the game?
No. Because she'd be sitting next to JC, and I think JC beats her handily. JC is the underdog. They'll talk about like JC, who has been the manipulator all season long, somehow convinced Angela to cut her own showmans and take him to the end so that she could lose to him instead of lose to Tyler. And I think JC definitely wins that. If Angela wants to make a move and win some respect, I think she needs to cut Tyler at final 4 and then take Casey to the end. That might get her some respect, although I still see Casey as the more likely winner in that scenario.
Yeah, she's in a really tough spot, Rob. I agree with you. I think, and she's aware of this too. The Vegas tweeted out that she's aware that maybe getting rid of Tyler is the coup that she needs in order to win the game, that it would be seen as a big move. The problem is now that JC's in the final 3. He's going to be there on finale night. If she gets rid of Tyler, who's she going to be sitting next to? JC. JC, Brett's now told the jury all about level 6. They know that JC's not a part of it, that he was just basically being used by them, and now they're going to get rid of him. If JC ends up in the final 2, I think everybody votes for JC. She would have to have a sterling final 2 speech to even get like 2 votes against JC, and I don't see 5.
And actually, like, thinking about it, the jury expects her to evict Tyler at Final 4. So I actually think it's better for her to evict Casey at Final 4 and take Tyler to the end. I feel like that actually wins her more respect because there's more of a chance that the jury will be bitter against Tyler, and then, you know, she'll have less of a sort of non-bitter versus bitter. Yeah. And also because, like, the jury right now thinks that Casey is or that Angela is more loyal to Casey than she is to Tyler. And so if she evicts Tyler, that's actually not making a big move in the jury's eyes. That's, for them, par for the course. That's what they expect. So they're not going to see it for the big move that it is, unless they have a huge respect for Tyler, which I don't think they do yet. And even if if this happened, I think they would go, oh, I guess maybe if we were starting to get respect for him, we've now lost it because he just got evicted by his own showmans. And I think that they credit Casey for, like, wow, Casey got Angela to evict Tyler over her own showmans over her. So I think she's kind of locked into the Tyler final 2 at this point, and she has to just hope that Tyler burns enough bridges along the way that she is able to say, look, I let. Man, it's hard to even, get.
Here's the thing.
Her speech.
She needs to hope that Tyler wins the final 4 veto and the final HOH. She needs to hope that Tyler wins the veto, evicts Casey, burns that bridge. That's a vote for her. He wins the final HOH, evicts JC on finale night, and takes Angela to the final 2. I think there is a way that she could get to 5. But I mean, make no mistake, her road to winning Big Brother is the hardest out of everybody by far, and it's because of her own actions, not because of anything else.
Okay. Now, can JC beat Tyler, Taryn?
Yes, I think so. We went over votes on the roundtable. I think that he has a storyline. Disregard everything he's done for the entire season and just say he wasn't put up on the block until the double eviction, and he didn't win a single competition until the final 4. And then he won 2 competitions to get himself into the final 2, despite the fact that this massive level 6 alliance that had dominated the entire season was up against him and they had won 18 competitions. That story alone, I think, gets him the win against Tyler. Add on to the fact that he has done a lot of good work throughout the season, where he can pad his resume with various things. And it does make it a lot of what he did look intentional in terms of throwing competitions and doing what he did in order to make it further. He has the underdog factor. and the strategic factor. And there are people on the jury that do genuinely like him as a person as well. So I think he has a lot of things going for him. Obviously, there are some things going against him in terms of he hasn't owned his game in his goodbye messages yet. He has pissed off some of the jury members, but I do think he can beat Tyler, and I think he's actually the favorite against Tyler.
Oh, Brent, wouldn't that be the most Big Brother 20 thing to have happen?
Oh,
where
yeah.
that the crazy thing at the end, the swerve, where JC wins the game?
I mean, and none of us saw it coming. I mean, I was ready to call him fourth place and congratulations, goodbye. But no, he has a chance to win because he's in the final three. He's going to play in the final HOH competitions, and he can certainly win part one. He can certainly win part three. I mean, those are crapshoots. People have tried to throw them and accidentally won. I mean, for heaven's sake, there's a total chance that JC could be the winner of Big Brother. In fact, I think it's actually, like, I won't call it likely, but I put his chances like far more than I ever would before. Like, again, he had to win this. He won. Now he's got a shot to win. And I like his chances. I'm really bummed that I didn't buy any JC stock when we were buying and selling yesterday.
Taryn, do you think that Brent will relinquish the draft title for this year if JC wins, because he has been so openly against JC?
I mean, clearly that's what he has to do. I think
That
that's,
would be the
that's
honorable thing.
It's what I would have done if Sam won.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that's true. Well, you would have had to. That was
Yes.
just like pure embarrassment. Like, I mean, you had the first pick in the draft and you're out first. I mean, come on.
Yes. Okay, so we'll see. So look, this was great. At least we have some intrigue here going into
We
this
do.
final
We have some
week.
intrigue. We don't even know what JC would do if he won the final H. Would he take Tyler to the end? Would he take Angela as the sure bet? I mean, Angela's sitting right there. JC knows the jury does not like Angela. He could look at Tyler and go, you know what? You burned me too much. I'm taking the easy win over here. Angela also, we don't know what she would do if she won Final Four HOH. I'm sorry, Final Four veto, or if she won the final HOH. I don't know what she would do. I have a lot more questions than I did maybe even 24 hours ago.
Okay.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, and I think it can't go underreported how effective JC has been in the game. Every time he loses one of his big dumb puppets, he immediately starts working on a new one, and he's been working on Casey pretty hard. To really
She's
driving
the new
home.
big dumb puppet?
Yes, Casey is his new big. He's trying. He's doing his best.
He's trying.
Granted, Casey is a difficult nut to crack. She's very, very loyal, but he's really hammering home the LGBT thing. Like, hey, we're us top two, the two of us. We can't beat these other people. He's really been trying, and I don't think it will work, but I do think he's making some compelling cases to her. And from what we have seen from Vegas, she is at the very least humoring him and telling him, yeah, we're good, final two, which is a lot more than she's done for the entire season. So
Exactly.
he's made a couple of cracks.
Let's go.
In that peanut. So
All right.
yeah.
Peanut. All right. Let's talk about just like a couple of other things from tonight. Brent, I really like this competition. I say it was okay to watch on TV, but I was impressed with at least the production design that Big Brother put into the maze in the backyard,
Oh, yeah.
especially compared to the Big Brother OTT maze.
Oh, God, yeah. I'm so bitter about that one. I'm so bitter about that one. I don't want to talk about it. Morgan's bitter about it, too, but she got the money, so who cares? Look, I thought this was great. I even tweeted Heath, the producer of the show, because I thought it was so fun to watch. I disagree with you. I thought it came out very well on television. I know that they did some tricky editing, and I didn't care for that. I would have liked it to be a little bit more straightforward, but I understood why they had to do that. I thought it was very, but I respond well to stuff like that, fantasy and wizards and witches and things like that. That's right up my alley. Beyond that, though, I thought it worked well because they showed clearly, like, they lit up, like, who you had to go to next. Like, if you needed to get to the witches, they were lighting that up on the game board. They were lighting up the sword. So you knew you could follow them around the maze. I thought it was very funny when Angela was like going around in a circle 5,000 times. I thought it was very telling though as well. Angela went around that thing, I think 6 or 7 times they showed her, and she still beat JC by like a minute. So he must have, you could tell how bad he wanted it. I think someone on Twitter said because he was walking during the veto, Taryn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've had too many timed veto competitions this season. I'm not a huge fan of the timed ones. I feel like they don't lend themselves to to intrigue as much. And you have to like watch one person at a time do the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
So I'm not
Fair
as
point.
big a fan.
Fair
I
point.
gotta be honest. I was eating during the veto. I was having a little bit of a hard time following the rules of like, oh wait, what's
Well,
going on? What? Wait, hold on.
I even saw one update site tweet the wrong rules, so that shows you how bad it was.
Yeah.
But that part was maybe needs a little workshop, but I like the way it went.
Okay, and we're gonna get to your questions in just a moment, but can we stop and talk very quickly with the Julie Chen Moonves for a moment? And Julie Chen Moonves, of course, very much in the news over these last couple of weeks. She announced that she was going to be officially leaving the talk. She has continued to be on Big Brother, made a lot of headlines on Thursday night when she signed off. Coming to you live from outside the Big Brother house, I'm Julie Chen Moonves. She was Julie Chen Moonves all night. Brent, do you think that Big Brother 20 is the last we will see of Julie Chen on Big Brother?
Yes, I do. I do not think that she's going to come back. Look, Julie Chen, I love her. But she's a very talented woman. I do not think that. First of all, there's no other place for her at CBS. I don't think, from her perspective, I don't think she didn't want to work at the talk. Where's she going to go elsewhere at CBS? Okay, she's not going to be reading the news like she used to do. She wants to do something. She wants to use her talents more. Okay, so the only thing she would be doing is hosting Big Brother. Now, granted, they have a celebrity edition now, so that will take up a little bit more of her time. But she's there one day a week. And she's reading cue cards.
I'm not following what you're saying.
My point is that I think she wants more. I think she wants more, and I think she's not going to want to remain at Big Brother, because if she remains at Big Brother, then she can't go to another network. And I don't think she's going to want to just remain at Big Brother and just do that. So I think she's gone after this season. And I don't even know how the producers are feeling about Julie Chen at this point. But I hear from Vegas that they support her and everything. And I mean, I just think it's awkward for her to be at CBS, considering the way things are right now. Through no fault of her own, I just think that she's probably going to want to move on for a clean slate and a fresh start.
So there have been reports that she does want to stay on as the host of Big Brother. However, there have also been reports that the production is maybe looking around, shopping around a little bit, just in case. So it's definitely a complicated situation. But it does appear to be the rumors are out there that people close to Julie Chen says that she wants to stay on as host. Whether or not she will, though, I think is another question.
Yeah, I think it's BS. I don't think she wants to stay on as host. I think she wants to move on.
I think she would. I mean, she must like being the host of Big Brother. She's been doing it for 18 years of being the host of the show. I do believe. I think that 1 week from tonight, I think that this will be the final episode of Big Brother hosted by Julie Chen. I do think that she will move on. I also think that the celebrity Big Brother may get put on a hiatus, and the show, well, depending on how these things go, and of course, with this 24-hour news cycle, sometimes people have a short memory with these things. Maybe this will all cool down, and by next summer, Julie Chen will be able to return to the show. But I just think that I believe Julie is going to be walking away from the public eye for a bit following the conclusion of Big Brother 20, and I just I do not think that we will see her resurface on Big Brother. But
I agree. As you often say, Rob, she doesn't need this aggravation. Why is she going to remain at CBS? I think that she can move on and do something else. She can take a break, spend time with her family.
Podcast.
Exactly. Do what she wants to do. I'm nervous about who the potential host would then be of Big Brother. But
why are you nervous?
We can cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see. What's to be nervous about? This is like who could screw up this job?
There's some people out there that I don't care for who'd want it, but I don't want to throw shade on a podcast like.
Were they on Celebrity Big Brother?
Yes, they were.
Okay.
Yes, they were, and they made it far, Rob.
Yes. I mean, Taryn, don't you think that the host of Big Brother, that they could put almost anybody in that spot? How could they screw it up?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I don't care who the host of Big Brother
right,
is.
who cares?
I did read that if they do end up changing, that they might be looking into a rebrand of the show, which is definitely an interesting thought.
Well, when you say a rebrand of the show, what do you mean?
I don't know. It's just the word rebrand I saw in one of the articles
I was
there.
gonna say, you know, if they put Celebrity Big Brother on hold, they could at least bring back Big Brother over the top. I mean, it's still on the CBS website. They just said it's on hiatus right now, or hiatus. So that you could have Marissa, Jared Winokur, host BBOTT. I'm there. I'm so there.
Okay. All right. I'm sure that there will be more and more news to come on this. Let's get to some of your questions here tonight. All right. So let's start off with Edward Morris. Should you wave back to the people who evict you? Brent, do you have a take on this?
I mean, whatever. I just couldn't wait for her to get out of the house because I knew that JC won HOH and I wanted to see it. I'm just
Sweatpants
over her.
my
God.
shoes,
Such a miscast. I mean, I don't understand how they thought this person was good for the show. I mean, is she interesting? Yeah, from the perspective
She's
of her.
not the person that they cast. She is a person that is
She's really
been
not.
just almost has not held up well under the stresses of Big Brother Taryn.
No, and I think they knew that when they cast her. I think that I think they bit off more than they could chew. I feel like they thought they could handle it, and then she got in the house, and they were like, "We cannot handle this."
But then Caitlyn went and blew the puzzle, and then they couldn't get rid of her because they're like, "We're already down a house guest."
Yeah.
So I think they just really put themselves in the bind. That also affected JC. There was a moment in time where they're supposedly, according to Vegas, the producers voted and let JC remain in the house because there had been some incidents with him, and they couldn't get rid of him because they were concerned about the amount of house guests they had left and how much time they had. So that saved a couple people this season.
Okay, let's take another question. This one is from Richard Bartley. If she does not win the veto, will the level 6 veto holder or voter realize that Angela is in fact the best bet to win in the end? If Angela doesn't win the veto, will people realize that? I mean, I don't know why all of a sudden that with her sitting there, they would realize this, Taryn.
Yeah, I mean, I think Casey already plans on evicting Angela. I don't think that's gonna change. JC plans on it. I think he already knows that Angela's the easiest to beat. I think both Casey and JC both know that Angela's the easiest to beat, but they still want her gone. Tyler is the one person, I don't think he's going to realize it once he wins the veto. I think he's already decided what he's going to do, or at least he's decided, he's gone through the thought process of the logic behind each decision. So I don't think it's going to be like, oh, it just hit me. Angela's the easiest to beat. Maybe I shouldn't take her. I don't think so. I think.
Yeah. By the way, I'm calling my shot now. If Tyler wins the veto, I think that he evicts Angela and takes Casey to the final 3 with him, based on his diary room tonight, where he said he wants to sit next to competition, and the fact that I think he can give some version of, I love you, Angela. Or we can pursue whatever we want on the outside, but I made a final 2 with Casey, and I have to get rid of you. Something like that. I think is something he would probably say, but I could be wrong.
I also thought that Tyler was super lame in the previous episode when Angela was like, hey, I've got a secret to tell you. My secret is I love you. And he was just like a lame Han Solo. He's like, oh, that's my secret too. Like, he did not repeat the words back to her. And I just thought, what is this guy's angle, Taryn? He's not like, schmoopy, I love her, or he's not like, I want to get rid of her, or he's not like, hey, I'm just like, hey, Angela's good looking, but, not as good looking as $500,000. Like, I just don't know what his angle is. So wishy-washy, Tyler.
I think it's this, yeah, I mean, it's this idea that we don't know what he's gonna do. I think we saw a bit of his true colors tonight when he was legitimately upset about having to vote Sam out. I think that's who he is, but he's just like his head is in the game so much that he tries to avoid feeling those things as much as possible. And then also I feel like the producers are avoiding showing us what his plans are, because if we did, it might be a little too predictable. I feel like they don't need to worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
But and maybe that's why we got a little more of a taste tonight. But I think that's probably what we're looking at.
All right, let's take another question. Let's go to Cecile. What part of the veto made Angela and Casey cough so much when the feeds came back? Brent, do you have any idea what this was?
Apparently there was some smoke. When you saw Tyler begin the competition, there was some smoke like towards his feet. And I think that some of that, sort of made its way up. And it caused some of them to cough.
Like a Big Brother Canada issue, Taryn?
Yeah, and we don't even know that they showed these competition runs in order either. So they may have had more smoke for somebody's competition run and less for the others after they realized how much smoke there was and it was making them cough. I think that's basically what it was.
Yeah, it shouldn't be surprising that the thing that caused health issues was not very visible on the show.
Okay. James is, do you guys think that Tyler did it on purpose so JC would take the shot Angela, allowing him to get the blood on his hands so Tyler would not?
What are you talking about? That doesn't even make sense. Like, in doing so, he's now getting the blood on his hands because JC's HOH, JC can't vote. I mean, it doesn't matter, and the nominations don't even matter because whoever wins the veto, the other two are automatically nominated. So, no, Tyler should have tried to win in order to keep the blood off of his hands. If he won, then, who cares what happens with the veto because, probably JC's not going to win it, and he doesn't care which one of them wins because they're both going to take each other to the final three, and he has a final two deal with one of them and is in love with the other. So, with all respect, no. That is not what he was doing. He did not try to throw it, and he tried to get the answer right. You saw at the end, he pointed over to JC. He was bitter about the fact that he lost HOH.
Okay. This is from Teton Jones. How many bodies can you hide in the Sugar Shack?
I don't get it.
That's Sam's house.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
Sam is out of the house now, Teton Jones.
Yeah,
you make those jokes, not us.
We barely
We
brought her up
loved
tonight.
Sam. We rooted for her the whole season.
That shows how much of a non-entity she was.
Teton Jones.
We talked about.
We had Sam's back the whole season, and we yelled at all the haters.
Yeah.
For those of you that are no longer with us because you're now in my basement,
Everybody, please remember to feed the people tied up in my basement. I'm gonna be the Hearts of Reality. Okay.
take the pieces. Take the pieces of you that I'm gonna have and feed them to those of you that are not with us anymore.
All of you are gonna be fed to the fish.
Yeah.
All right. Stan's Funeral Moonves says, was getting Brett out a mistake?
No.
Biggest blindside of the season, though, right?
It was interesting. It was great. I loved it on the double eviction. It wasn't what I wanted to have happen, but it was an amazing move to watch. It took a fluke competition win by 1 point with somebody who never won a competition before in order to foul up their plans. That's what it took tonight.
Yeah, if Brett was still here, this would have been worse. Brett is a lot more capable of winning any of these competitions than JC. If it was Brett and JC in the house, they could have interrupted the winning streak of Tyler. They probably would have been evicted, one of them, a lot sooner than Final Four. So definitely not a bad move to take Brett out.
Brent, it'll be great when if JC wins, when the just sort of like revisionist history of all of JC's plans that worked, of just like the story of Big Brother 20 from JC's perspective. I manipulated everyone. I made them fat. It all worked. They couldn't win. They were too sluggish at the end. I won the comp. I did it.
The fat strategy finally kicked in. That's why he's finally winning competitions. They were too fat.
Their fingers were too fat for the button.
If he wins that Final Three endurance competition, he's gonna be like, hey, they had some extra pounds.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you though. That it's going to be a little annoying because we know that he was running out of runway and he kind of fluked himself into the final three here with this win. It counts, but no, it wasn't his plan the entire time.
Man, JC win, but Tyler has to vote out Angela at the final four, and then they break up, and she's doesn't take him back after the season, and Tyler's like, oh, I didn't win, and I didn't get the girl. This sucks.
And I'm 10 pounds heavier.
I got sad. This sucks.
That would be great if Tyler lost and he didn't get the girl.
Tyler, darkest timeline.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll hang out with you after the season, Tyler. Okay. Kieran wants to know, will JC pull a Paris and win the season? Brent, would you compare the two? What would get you more worked up?
No, you don't even have to listen to me. You can listen to the runner-up of Big Brother Canada 6. Kayla said that, yes, this totally reminds me JC's win of when Paris won. Paris hadn't won a competition in the entire Big Brother Canada, I don't think, right?
Yeah.
And then one at the.
But you don't have a Kayla in the race. You don't have anybody that you're going to be mad that they didn't get the votes.
Angela could become a Kayla if she got rid of Tyler. Yes.
Yeah. Taryn's not going to be like interviewing Scotty and you're going to jump on and say like, Scotty, you were bitter.
The only person I would do that to would be Fessy, and he already knows he screwed up, so, Yeah.
I expected so much of you, Fessy.
Taryn doesn't let me on the exit interviews anymore.
I wonder why.
I was one and done.
All right. What the bleep? HOH winners have gone on to be in the final two since its introduction season. Derek the winner, Steve the winner, Paul the winner. I mean, Taryn, first off, small sample size, and also it's what, a 1 in 4 chance?
1 in 3. Yeah.
You're pretty. These are not very good statistics to be looking at.
Junk science.